Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Health and Fitness in Children. A couple of parents asked me what is the difference between good carbohydrates and bad carbohydrates. So I am going to speak today a bit about carbohydrates in our daily food. So carbohydrates is one of the most important parts of the food which we consume on a daily basis. Carbohydrates are made up of sugars, starch and fiber. Carbohydrates are the main source of energy in our body, and along with energy, carbohydrates also supply us with vitamins and minerals. So, what are the types of carbohydrates in the foods we consume? Carbohydrates are traditionally seen as simple carbohydrates or complex carbohydrates. Simple carbohydrates are carbohydrates like fructose, which is found in fruits, lactose, which is found in milk, or glucose, which is found in sugar. So these are simple carbohydrates. Complex carbohydrates are those which have longer molecules, which are linked, sugar linked molecules, but which are longer. These are starch or fiber. Now, what are good carbohydrates and what are bad carbohydrates? So good carbohydrates are those which give us energy, which along with energy gives us vitamins and minerals. Good carbohydrates are those which have low glycemic index, which means they do not get converted to glucose quickly. So they avoid the spikes of insulin release in our body. Good carbohydrates are those which have more fiber content. Fiber is a very important source of our food. It slows down our digestion so that the meal stays in our body for a longer time. So we do consume lesser, and this greatly reduces obesity risk in children and adults. Fiber also helps the bowel move, so that good consumption of fiber leads or prevents constipation in children. So what are the good carbohydrates which are available? One is whole grain foods like whole wheat, whole rice or brown rice, vegetables, fruits and milk. What are the bad carbohydrates? These carbohydrates, as soon as we consume them, they easily break up into glucose. They are easily digestible. They have low fiber content in them. They trigger spikes of insulin release. Insulin is an hormone which is produced in our body in pancreas. Insulin helps to regulate blood glucose in our body. So as soon as we eat a meal which has a glucose spike, there is a release of insulin. Insulin comes into the bloodstream and pushes the glucose molecules into fat cells. So in a way, insulin promotes obesity as more and more glucose is pushed into the fat cells for storage of glucose. The bad carbs are the white bread, white rice, white sugar, cakes, cookies, brownies, biscuits. So, in what proportions should the child eat these carbohydrates? So many dietitians these days are promoting a concept of healthy plate. They take up a plate and 50% of the plate should be filled with fruits and vegetables in a child's diet. 25% of the plate should be filled with whole grain cereals like wheat or rice. The last 25% should be made up of legumes, lentils, beans, sprouts, nuts, eggs, fish and poultry. So one of the parents asked me, so when should we give children, if at all we give some bad carbohydrates? So definitely bad carbohydrates are not to be used for a day-to-day consumption. Maybe once a week there could be a cheat day where you're having some cookies or snacks. Otherwise it is good carbs all the way. Thank you.